So one of the biggest storylines coming into the season, there was a bunch of stuff. Obviously, there's the Dame stuff to Milwaukee. There's the Celtics, the Lakers. One of the biggest storylines coming into the year is Victor Wembanyama and the expectations that are put on him. Obviously, I don't think we've seen this level of hype, because even if you look at his first game of the season, have y'all seen this? Because we were young when LeBron first came into the league. I think we were all like 2 years old pretty much. Compared to like maybe Zion, have y'all seen like this level of hype and build up for a rookie just yet? Like, was Zion's on the same level as this?
I think Zion was a little bit under this. I don't think it was as we wasn't talking about Zion be the greatest player of all time and shit. I don't think we was doing that yet, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the hype was damn near equal, because I remember where I used to get mad and frustrated with people. They were like, Zion is going to be such a great player. Like, just do, like, it'd be the craziest thing. This is when he was at Duke. He would literally just dribble a basketball and they would go insane. Like, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
He would do a crossover.
He ripped the ball out dude's hand, and that was on the bleacher.
Oh my God, they went crazy.
He ripped the ball out of Giannis. He ripped the ball out of Giannis' hand in preseason, I think.
Yeah.
Was, oh my God. And then he ripped when we ripped through his shoe. They went even crazier.
Yeah.
Like, he's so strong. He ripped through his shoe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It might be Wemby hype might be a little bit more, but I feel like it's just as equal. But the hype, I feel like those are two of the most hype players probably over the last 20 years besides LeBron. Honestly, I'm comfortable saying that.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of like really high level number one overall picks and things like that. And the only guy comparable, like you guys are talking about, to this Wemby hype is Zion. And I still think that this is a level above, because a lot of it's about what situation he was drafted into. Like, there's not a better team. Right. We all talk about this. There's not a better team you could be drafted to than San Antonio, right? And I think a lot of that kind of played into the hype as well, and just their legacy of players. Like, the Pelicans don't have a super strong legacy of players or anything like that, but the Spurs,
CP3,
right? There's CP3, and that's about it. But then there's like, obviously, with the Spurs talking about Tim Duncan, you're talking about David Robinson, or even some of the guards like Tony Parker. They have a really strong legacy. George Gervin, all the way back in the day, they have a really, really strong legacy to them. So I think that's what's playing into the Wemby hype in these first couple of games. Really, since the preseason, there hasn't been a moment where you were like doubting. Like, I know people have their overreactions, and I don't ever think it's fair, but with the preseason going into the regular season, immediately we're like, yo, this dude legit could end up being everything they say he could. Like, sometimes with these rookies, it take a couple of games.
That's crazy.
But then, like, with him, immediately we're like, oh, shit. Like that. Like, what was the first preseason game? Was that the one against Chet?
I think so.
Yeah.
So.
You saw that game, like, from the get-go, you was like, oh, shit, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how much. I know it's really early, it's just 2 games into the regular season, but he's really lived up to it super, super early.
Yeah. He's so advanced on the offensive end, like, better than I thought he would be at this point. Like, I knew he would get there, but I didn't know it was going to be this early in his career. Like, he basically came in the preseason and said, I'm not playing any games. I'm going to score on y'all any way I can, and I don't care.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like you said it, the skill set. Like, a lot of these guys who will come in at that height, they'll be like projects, right? You're like, oh, it's going to take a couple years for him to figure out the jump shot thing, or he has to get a handle. Like, Porzingis is probably build wise the most similar to Wemby as far as, a super high lottery pick and everything like that, being able to, shoot and everything, but he still hadn't had other parts of his offensive game filled out. Wemby is a really good ball handler at this size. Wemby is a really good shooter. Like, he has, I texted y'all about it in the chat. His jumper legit looks clean. Like, there aren't a lot of things you can change. You change about his jump shot. Like, with Giannis, you talk about the mechanics and a million other things. There's nothing I change about Wemby's jump shot, maybe besides a few things. I'm not even a shooting coach, and everything is already there for him. And there's still some like things he can do to round it out and like polish it. Obviously, because he's a rookie, but that skill set at this age, at that size, we've really never seen it. You know what I mean? And we're seeing him put it on full display. I think the most impressive thing so far about these first couple of games is his best moments have come in clutch situations. Just 2 games in, his best moments against the Mavericks, clutch time buckets, right? Like, he was seriously clutching that first game. In the second game here, most of his damage was done in the clutch as well. That's been the most impressive thing about these first couple of games. Defensively,
I honestly feel like if his teammates, I'm gonna say that loud, his teammates in the first game would have gave him the ball more, we could have had the same result like we had last night, a W. Like they could have beat the Mavericks. That's the crazy thing. They both played Texas teams, and they're all in Texas. I just realized that. That's insane, low key. But yeah, if they would have just gave them the ball in the first game, I feel like they would have won that game for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It was ball hogging bad.
It was hating.
He only took like what? He only took 9 shots.
Took 9, yeah.
It's like I feel like he could have at least had like 20, 25. If they gave him some more opportunities to shoot the ball. Yeah. I mean, from that 9, he was pretty. I think he was like 5'9". He was pretty efficient.
He was hella efficient.
Yeah.
A part of me, because we were talking about that too. A part of me, because I know the one guy I was watching was Devin Vassell, but a part of me can't get mad at Devin Vassell because of the numbers he put up last year and the contract extension he just signed. Like, he's got to get his too. And if you're a developing team and you're trying to figure out what your core is going to end up being and things like that, yeah, there's Wemby here still, but there are a lot of other guys who got to get theirs in. Like, Dev's got to get his in. Trey Jones, when he's in, has to get his in to prove that he can potentially be their point guard of the future because they're still trying to figure that out. Jeremy Sohan has to get his in as well, as much as I'm opposed to him playing that position. I don't think he's a point guard, but we'll see how that pans out. Pop is giving them the opportunity to develop into that position. So those other guys have to get theirs in. There's Malachi Branham, from the draft last season from Ohio State. So I get it, and I don't even – it's tough because should he be the number one guy, the number one option on offense over Devin Vassell, considering what Devin Vassell has already proved so far here for San Antonio? That's the weird thing. So part of me is mad because I'm like, y'all give him the ball, but another part of me is like, I kind of get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let it kind of sizzle down to being a 1-2 punch. So right now, let's kind of see who's the better player. So I feel like some nights Wemby should get more chances, and some nights what's his name? You just
Devin Vassell.
Devin Vassell should get more chances also. So because I feel like he's earned that right at least. But I get what you're saying. But he really wasn't the only one like not passing the ball. Like his other teammates was doing dumb shit too. Like he'd be wide open, they just dribble into a double team and throw up a shot. I'm like, come on,
Keldon Johnson.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah,
Keldon Johnson late in that game on Wednesday or Thursday night or whatever. He literally dribbled into a double team and turned the ball over. I'm like, bro, what's going on?
Malachi Branham's had a bad too. I like Malachi Branham and I like KJ because he's a former Kentucky Wildcat. But he said they would
get rid of him. It's too much ball hogging, man. I don't like that. Get rid of him.
Part of me understands it though too. Is this is still a young team. Like they're still a very very young team. Like I don't care.
Clearly they are.
Yep. So they're gonna figure it out. But from what we've seen from Victor Wembanyama these first couple of games, you immediately know. Sometimes it takes a minute for us to get there, and he still has a lot to prove. He's still got fucking 80 games left in the season, but the flashes he's shown have been so great. And like I said, the best thing is that most of his damage has been done in the clutch. I'd like to see how he grows defensively. We can talk about the block shots and everything, but the Dallas game was telling about some defensive improvements he needs to make. Early on, Dallas had Derek Jones in the game, so they were kind of able to hide Wemby on defense by having him guard a non-shooter. Then Grant Williams gets in and starts giving them some trouble. Wemby's having a tough time getting back out to the three-point line, and Grant Williams did give him some tough time defensively. And that's the kind of – I feel that's the kind of build – the type of player that teams are going to want to start putting on Wemby to try to slow him down are those relatively stouter, stronger defenders and everything. Kind of like how the Bucks thought PJ Tucker was going to guard KD because those shorter physical guys sometimes can present a little bit of an issue. But I thought he responded well still. I like to see what he does defensively to grow, because teams are going to hunt you on that end. It's more about just blocking shots. It's about your ability to switch. But all in all, the offensive stuff, it's been amazing. So.
Yeah, seeing these first couple games that he's played, would you all feel confident predicting his stat line for the season? Because what I'm seeing is I think he can average. I can see honestly 25 points, maybe 25 points. I can see 25 points if they give him the opportunities. That's the big thing. If they don't give him the opportunities, he probably going to average only 20, 21. But if they give him the shots that he deserves, like midway through the season, if Pop sees, okay, I need to get this young man the ball more, they can average 25 points, 2 blocks per game. And shoot, I think he damn near shoot 40% from 3 too. I'm not gonna lie.
I say 20 and 10.
Okay. I
don't think he'll get 10 rebounds. That's the crazy thing. Because I don't like his rebounding. That's something I feel like looking at these first couple games, I feel like he might need to improve on a little bit too, is rebounding the ball a little bit more. But he's not always in the game. Like I think yesterday was probably the most minutes he played, obviously, because he didn't play that many minutes the first game. But I like to see him rebound the ball a little bit more. That's probably a criticism of mine.
He had 12 boards last night.
Yeah, but I think the first game he had 5.
Yeah, 5, 15 and 5. That would have been like 20. That'd have been like 20 and 8 or 20 and 10 if he played more. I would say, numbers wise, I would say 20. I can definitely see 20. Like you guys said, if they give him enough touches and if they give him enough of those opportunities, 20 is not outside of the realm of possibility at all. And then I could see maybe 8 rebounds, and I could see easily 2 blocks a game. And if he averages 2 blocks a game, not only is he going to end up making probably Rookie of the Year, getting that award, but he's also going to end up making an all-defensive team. Like if he ends up with the hype he's got, right, he's going to easily make all defense first year if he averages 2 or more blocks a game. Like that, he's a lock for that in his first year. Have we had a guy? Evan Mobley may have come the closest, and I think Tim Duncan too. I'm trying to figure out who the youngest guys to make an all-defense team was, but I think he can end up being in that conversation if he keeps it up from a shot blocking perspective this season. Because, I mean, 2 blocks seems like a fucking lock for him. You can't shoot over him.
Wait, what was the question? You said it seemed like who's the youngest player to make all defensive team?
Yeah.
Was it? I don't want to say, but was it Dwight?
No, I feel like it was either Tim Duncan or Evan Mobley. I'm gonna look that up right now. It was either you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Youngest, it was definitely either Tim Duncan or Evan Mobley. But still, like the fact that we watch Wemby and we know off the bat, and the thing about his block shots too, it's not just block shots in the paint. It's these block 3-pointers too. Like you literally cannot get the block. It's if he gets with a certain amount of feet, like outside of the 3-point line, and he's guarding you, it's tough to just get that shot because of his reach. So not only is he defending the paint at a high level, he's defending the 3-point line at a high level. Even if he gets lost and someone's able to kind of draw him off the perimeter or something like that, and they kick it out to a shooter, his ability to recover is just insane.
Oh yeah,
that boy too long, man. Yeah, he get up there, man.
He is. He is for sure. It's going to be tough to get perimeter shots over him. So he's right. He'll end up being the best inside-out shot blocker in the NBA at some point. Like not just in the paint, protecting the paint, but protecting the 3-point line. Teams aren't going to be able. Only you I've seen get like a clean 3-point look over him was Kyrie, and he almost drained it. So y'all remember that like in that game against.
He almost drained it. No, he didn't.
Oh come on,
man. He said no, you didn't. But yeah, that's the thing about him. Like, even if he doesn't block a 3-point shot when he closes out, he's going to bother that shot a lot because
big time.
It's hard shooting over a dude that's putting your hand up. He's like 7'4" with a wingspan of 8 feet.
Wingspan.
So, which is crazy.
Especially if you switch on someone like those smaller forwards and guards, dude, that's impossible.
So to answer that,
can't go by him either because he's still quick.
Facts. He's very quick on the feet. Do you see the defensive drills they do before? Y'all saw that video where the defensive drill have them do? So the youngest guys to make all defense first team, Kobe made it at 21. Evan Mobley made it at 21. Then there's the other few are Jaren Jackson, Serge Ibaka, and then Tim Duncan at 23. So Evan Mobley and Kobe are the 2 youngest to make all defensive first team.
He gonna make it.
Yeah. He's what, 19?
19, yeah. He gonna make
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah. Damn, I forgot he's 19 years old.
By about about 24, 25, he gonna be the best player in the league.
That's what I'm gonna ask y'all next. So at what age do you
I say earlier.
Yeah, so what age do y'all think we start having those conversations about him being at least top 5 in the NBA?
But this is the thing, the team has to be good for us to think that, and that's
damn 21, 22.
No, but see, that could be true, but the team has to be good enough for me to think that. Like you can't be the best player in the league and your team is barely making the playoffs.
That's true.
That's why I said 24, 25.
That's true.
And Pop, let's be honest, Pop, he been coaching a long time. Like how long is he going? Like this, like him getting Wemby made him coach even longer. But how much longer does he have left to coach?
Well, he just signed an extension before the summer, a 4-year extension.
That's true. I think Pop is in it as long as Wemby's in it. That's what I think.
I think Pop. I'm about to make a joke.
I think.
But yeah,
bro. 75. He got 2.
Oh damn! You say shit. Hubie Brown still calling games. He about 95.
Hey.
Nah, bro. I don't think Pop won't coach till he about 85.
Hubie don't even be knowing he be there, bro.
Yeah, I've got about 5 years. He ready to go sit down somewhere.
Yeah,
I think Pop is in it as long as Wemby's in it, bro. If Pop feels like we can get another dynasty out of this Wemby thing, then hell, he finna stay in it for as long as possible.
How old is Pop?
Yeah, he gonna be walking out of the job with a cane though. You better be careful.
Hey man, if he win a title on a cane, that's badass.
Well, he's 70,
yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie, it is.
I give him till he about 79, and then he gonna be ready to go sit down somewhere.